All right, so it's been 5 months since last video, and it's really cold, and I haven't been fishing in a very long time. I haven't caught a fish in a very long time. I haven't caught the first fish of the year. Here we are at the James River. Today's date is the 26th, so it should be Saturday of January 2025. Look at that cool bird, or duck, or whatever that guy is. But I decided to come out with I hate to say tips and tricks because there's 80 million of those, but this is more just factual information that I know about fishing from my 17 years of experience. Starting with number one, is to downsize your lures, right? You're not getting any bites, or if it's cold or it's hot, before you do anything, try changing the size of the lure and go smaller, right? That's why I really like ultralight, because I can just throw real small things and not have much worry about it, right? I'll open up my species, that I could catch. I could go from only targeting bass or catfish or pike or whatever to targeting smaller, they call them panfish, trout or sunfish or perch or little hybrid stripers. Those things are pretty cool. So number one is to downsize your lure. Number two is to go lighter, right? Sometimes maybe you just can't feel the bite, or maybe the fish, it's in a pressured area, so you see too much, or the fish see too much. So go lighter line with a lighter rod. Again, favoring towards ultralight or medium light here. You can go pretty small. Ultralight, I love running 2-pound tests. I vibe with that a lot. I've started to run 4-pound braid with a 2-pound test leader and monofilament. That works pretty well. I also run a medium light that Caleb is using right now, paired with a 2000 size Daiwa Fuego. I got 15-pound braid on there only because they didn't have 10, and I like to run an 8-pound leader on that. Usually I run mono, but I'm starting to test with fluoro. So that's number two. Third item is fish are like humans, right? What do you do on a hot day? Stay inside, chill, go in the shade, find a cool area. Fish do the same thing. What do you do on a cold day? Stay inside, somewhere warm, you don't move too much, you're lethargic. Maybe you go out to find some food, but it's not often as you would, in the summer, right? In the summer, maybe you and your friends want to have a catch and cook, or you want to have a hunting trip or something, and you eat it on the day, whereas in the winter, you just kind of want to get something to go, like a nice Burger King or McDonald's or Five Guys is pretty good. Sorry, that's what I'm having for dinner tonight. Is it working?
That's in.
Yeah. Can you get it? You need help, or you just want me to let you figure it out? Try, instead of pulling on it, because the river's going down, let the river kind of take some line, like 30 feet or so, and then close it, and then quickly, like while it's still slack, like give it a quick yank. If you think about it, like your lure is here and your line is drifted somewhere over here, and if you pull on it, it'll probably pull it out from under the rock. That's what I do. Works most of the time. That's the key word, is most. It work? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it worked. I know what I'm talking about. That's going in the video. Unless you broke off. No, you still got it. You're still chilling. Oh, so what I was going to chat about is colors next, right? Bass Pro and other stores such as Cabela's or Green Top, which is locally near me, are designed to confuse the average fisherman, right? So with colors, it honestly doesn't matter. I've seen people catch fish on pink, white, green, dark green, black, purple, blue, dark blue, light blue, yellow. You get the point, right? Colors don't matter. If you want to get technical with it, the colors you should have, to an extent, should be something natural. So that could be green or black, right? Think about what's natural. Sunfish are green, black could be crawfish, or little gobies, or what are those little centipede guys? Hellgrammites, there you go, right? So that could be natural. You want something bright, then you go white, pink, chartreuse, lime green, bright green, light blue, anything bright, right? White, pink, and chartreuse are the top ones for bright colors though. And then if you want to go dark, black, purple, blue, anything. Really just look at a picture of like the rainbow color orientations, and then that is how the fish see it, right? So like the further down you go in the depth of water, the more, I'm sorry, not the more, the less you see, right? That's why a lot of like deep ocean fish are red, because red is invisible / gray, whereas something you would think like black in like the depth of the ocean is actually still visible to fish. So that's why a lot of fish are red. You know, in freshwater it doesn't exactly matter too much, but something like saltwater, if you're fishing, you know, 100 feet of water, it might matter a little bit. But anyways, that's the color situation. But coming back to the big box stores, they're designed to confuse you. They have all of these colors and all of these shapes and all of these sizes and all of these different combinations of things to confuse the average angler. You know, sometimes it even confuses me because I'm like, these things look the exact same. Now, I also used to work there, so that's one thing. But anyone I would talk to, I would tell them the truth. I'm like, this store, they're like, what's the best thing? And I'm like, this store wouldn't exist if there was only one good thing, right? So there's supposed to be a lot of things, which is kind of what makes fishing fun, because while you could use something that makes realistic sense, like I'm throwing a white crankbait that dives 2 to 4 feet because there's shad in this river, and I know that that's a common food source, I could throw something pink or throw something purple, and it could be, you know, something that doesn't belong here, like a duck lure or something. I don't know. Throw whatever you want. So I've seen, literally, Guggen Squad has caught fish on Twizzlers, or that might have been one rod, and someone caught a bass on lettuce, and it doesn't even have to be bass. Like, you throw a spinnerbait, catfish are pretty prone to hitting that one, so are bowfin and other things. So that's my take on colors as well as shapes. Vibration and sound plays a minor factor into things, right? So like in the Guggen Ned rigs, I think they're called rattling Ned because they have a rattle in there and they make a bit of noise when you're fishing them. Same thing with like chatterbaits. Chatterbaits compared to like a swim jig is just making a lot more vibration, a lot more sound than a swim jig would. And sometimes the fish are like, that's something important. They need a bit of vibration, or sometimes they don't need a bit of vibration. Usually vibration is really good when you fish deep, or when you maybe murky water or something like that. Like if I'm going for catfish, like throwing a nice chatterbait or giant spinnerbait's pretty good. But I mean, apart from that, you don't exactly need to worry about that. It's just like minor things. Biggest thing I could say in terms of fishing, if you walk away from this and understand nothing else, this is arguably one of the best pieces of like factual advice I could tell you. Back to what I was saying about pressure and weather though. So for example, it's summertime, right? And it's been a hot week, hot, humid, and then all of a sudden, you know, there's a storm coming, right? Either you feel it, or like me, my grandma's back starts to hurt, so I'll use her for some information like that. Or you can just check your phone, right? It'll tell you the pressure on there. Try to keep track of that. But as a low pressure zone rolls in, what do you do in a low pressure zone, right? What do you do before a storm or hurricane or tornado? Usually get prepped and ready in case of emergency, right? Fish do the same thing, right? They don't know when they're going to eat again. It could completely wash the river out and they won't be able to see for 2 weeks. It's a little unrealistic, but hypothetical here. So the reason is they'll go around and they'll eat a lot more, and they'll like frenzy feed almost. So that's why it's a really good time to fish before a storm. Some people may call it the calm before the storm. So that's really good, as well as like just paying attention to general weather, right? So like I'm fishing today because for the past week, its highest temps have been 28 degrees Fahrenheit, or 11 Celsius, or not 11 Celsius, I'm sorry, -4 degrees Celsius. Since it's been so cold, and today's like the first kind of warm day, I'm like, you know what, let's go out, give a couple casts, can't hurt anything. Plus I figured, you know, I can make a video, I can, you know, fish a little, learn something, find some new spots, which I did, and just do that. So pay attention to weather, right? You know, if it's raining a lot, go fishing. If it's been dry and then it's raining, go fishing. Pay attention to patterns and try to fish on the off days, right? Like it's been sunny all week and then all of a sudden it's cloudy and cooler. That is like the best day to go fishing by far. Cloudy and cool. that's my favorite day. But if my ultimate favorite day is cloudy, cooler, and then when it's raining like even in the fall or summer, is awesome. Another amazing fact, kind of these play together here, but don't make the same cast twice, right? I'm only casting a lot in the same place because it's very cold out and usually fish don't move a lot, but every time I cast, it's not in the exact same place. Like there, it's behind that rock, I might go behind that rock, maybe I'll go parallel to the rock. A lot of different things, I'll try to go in front of it. Don't make the same cast twice, right? It's called an angler, right? That's a rock. I thought I caught one. That would have been awesome. It's called an angler, right? Because you make different angled casts, right? One cast could be here, one cast could be there, one cast could be there. Or if you want to have really wide angles, you could have one over there, and one over there, and one over there. But don't make the same cast twice. And then the best, arguably, some of the hardest things to understand is don't get discouraged. I've been fishing for 17 years of my life. And there are plenty of days where I go out and I don't even have a single bite, and I'll be out for 6, 7, 8 hours at a time. And that's perfectly okay. Just understand that it's not you all the time, and that it is most likely the fish, because you can catch a fish on waxworms or earthworms or a crankbait, or literally you can catch a fish on anything. Literally, people have caught fish on gummy worms. So, and I am not a fan of gummy worms. So it shows you that fish like more things than humans. So don't get discouraged, and maybe if you get a little bored of fishing on your day, maybe try something different, right? Like if this was the summer, I would swim, and I would swim across if I understood that it was safe enough to do so, and I would go try fishing over there. Either do that or maybe look for a different type of bait, might scavenge, right? You see fly fishermen, they take these nets with them and they will scoop under rocks because they're trying to find, you know, what's in the river right now. So for me, I would start looking at these rocks and go, hey, what type of bugs do I see? What type of fish can I see? And can I find any haggermites or crawfish? And if it's legal in your area, I would totally use some as bait. And I have totally done that, and it works amazingly, especially on hard days where I can't catch anything. So just don't get discouraged and try different things. And thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day, and maybe this helped you learn something, maybe it didn't. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I will answer them. Think of my channel as a place to learn or ask anything, because when I was growing up, I didn't really have anyone to ask. I would go on YouTube and I would look up videos, and I would watch many videos, and I would learn something. I would learn a thing and have 2 more questions, and it was the repetitive process of maybe learn 2 things and have 4 more questions, and no one really could answer them. Even when I would go to fishing stores, no one had an answer. So come here and ask, and I'll answer them, and if I can't, I'm sure someone else who maybe watches this video can answer it. And that's my whole goal, is just to help people learn to fish and to teach them. Not that I know everything, nor do I ever want to know everything, because then I wouldn't be able to learn. I love learning. But to teach people how to fish, and maybe how to teach someone else something. Like one thing I do for VCU is I take people fishing, like my friend Caleb.